Hey everybody, welcome back to the channel. Today we're in my home office talking some motorsports because I want to share 3 simple things that you can do to not only be faster, more competitive, more consistent behind the wheel, but safer as well. Now if you're new to the channel, I'm Jason Cocking. I'm one of the lead instructors at the DirtFish Rally School just outside of Seattle, Washington, where I get to teach people how to drive pretty much fully prepped rally cars 4 and 5 days a week. We throw them behind the wheel on mixed surface or gravel roads, sometimes within 4 or 5 feet of the trees, the ditches, whatever else we have out on our 300-acre property. And I get to share my passion for motorsports, for sliding cars around, and ultimately awesome car control. On top of that, I teach talented motorsports competitors how to be better prepared, how to build their skills, and how to really handle some of the difficulties that come with actual competition, because dealing with motorsports and being behind the wheel in a competition scenario is oftentimes so much more intense than just driving a race car. So I help them to do so with my programs with the Motorsports Performance Academy. If you want more info on that, check down in the description below for a link to my website where you can find some more info. Let's get to these 3 things on how you can not only be faster, but safer as well behind the wheel. The first thing I want to tell you is, number 1, build better fundamentals. Guys, there's a lot of really cool things that I teach people in car at DirtFish, from handbrake turns to pendulum turns and using side-to-side weight transfer. But the reality is one of the biggest things that wins people races is solid fundamentals. And one of the biggest things that we teach, not only in car, and one of the things that I focus on with my students and my clients outside of that as well, is solid vision. Okay, and one of my biggest philosophies is that a lot of people in motorsports are self-taught, and they've learned from their families, dads, moms, whoever else they know that races as well, on how to drive race cars, and they might not have had formal coaching before. And one of the biggest things that I've learned, and that has made my driving better since becoming an instructor at DirtFish, is using better vision. Just looking a little bit farther ahead, taking in better info, always looking where you want the car to go, looking past the car in front of you. And that's not only going to make you faster by slowing everything down, but that's going to make you safer because you're better prepared to see something either on the racetrack, in the road, or a crash that's coming up, or a surface change, or something that might affect the car or hurt the race car as well, and make you faster because of that. Okay, and more prepared, safer, and better to handle anything that happens in competition. Now, the second fundamental, and to me it's kind of crazy that I have to tell you this one, but I've seen it so many times that I have to share it, is keep your hands on the steering wheel. This sounds simple, just like vision, just like look where you want to go. It sounds simple to keep your hands on the wheel, but I've worked with so many people that make simple mistakes just by moving their hands around on the wheel and changing the amount of input that they're giving the car. Okay, as soon as you move your hands on the wheel, you change the input and you do a stronger input in one direction and a weaker input to the other direction. So keep those hands on the wheel as much as you can. If you're in a car that you're shifting pretty often, whenever you're done shifting, get those hands back up on the wheel, because you're going to have way better control and you're going to be way more tied to the car if those hands are on the steering wheel. So those are my 2 fundamentals for you. Number 1, good vision, work on looking a little bit further ahead, take in better info, be better prepared. And number 2, keep those hands on the steering wheel. Now the second thing I want to share is more of an approach. Eliminate mistakes. Some of the best drivers and the most consistent and the most successful are the ones that really minimize mistakes. They don't overdrive the race car. They don't put themselves in a bad position where they have to save something and do something heroic. They're more consistent than that. They understand where to back off to minimize those mistakes, and because of that, they save themselves a lot of time in the long run. If you're making mistakes, the tenths that you're looking for out there that add up to half second, 1 second, go out the window really, really quick. Because as soon as you make a mistake, that half second you were looking for and that you found is gone tenfold. Okay, you might waste 2, 3, 4, 5 seconds like that. So minimizing mistakes is one of the easiest ways that you can not only save time, but save track position and keep yourself in position to go after victories and ultimately chase a championship. All right, the last thing, number 3, that I want to share with you is a big one to me, because it's really easy to get distracted from anything that's going on in a race, whether it's something with your car, a move a competitor makes, whatever it may be. There's a lot of ways you can get distracted. So the third thing I want to share is just being focused forward and trying to do your best at all times regardless of what happens. Okay, like I said before, a lot of little things can happen. bad move by a competitor, maybe somebody moves over on you when they don't know you're there, really anything. And what you want to avoid is either getting frustrated or distracted, focusing behind you, or focusing on specifically another competitor and not doing your best, because that's going to take away from your performance and not allow you to perform to your full potential. Okay? Again, that one's pretty simple. Just like eliminating mistakes and using good fundamentals, these are all simple ideas, simple concepts, simple approaches, but don't take that as these are easy things to do. These are things that you need to practice every time you get behind the wheel. Thanks for watching, guys. If you enjoyed this motorsports content, make sure to hit like and of course subscribe to the channel to catch more videos like this. If you want to find out more about the Motorsports Performance Academy, make sure to check the description below. You can find a link to my website and see a little bit more info about how I work with clients one-on-one. Thanks for watching, guys. We'll see you on the next one.